this exercise is a sumo deadlift. So as we're setting up the sumo deadlift, the first thing we want to take into account is our foot positioning. So for your stance, we want to start off in a position to where the bar is directly over the center of our shoes. So a lot of times, it should have you right up close to the bar, maybe even with your shins touching the bar. And on the sumo deadlift, as opposed to the conventional deadlift where we're going to have our toes a little bit more straight forward or maybe slightly turned out, on the sumo deadlift we want to turn our toes out about 30 to 45 degrees or face them towards the plates. And the reason being is because in order to get down to the bar, we've got to open up our hips and push our knees out so that they're in line with the toes. You can play around with your stance position. Some people like to take kind of a hybrid stance, sumo deadlift, where their hips are going to be a little bit higher and they're a little bit closer. Other people will be a little bit wider. One of the keys is whenever you're at the bottom of the movement, our knees should be right over our heels or our shins should be vertical. So for example, if I'm out way too wide like this, you can see my knee is not over my heel. And if I'm too close, then when I go down the bar, my knee is actually going to be on the outside of my heel. So we want to get it into a position to where my shin is pretty vertical and it's right over my heel. So from there, we're going to keep our hips up high and we're going to hinge forward at the hips to set our grip. So I'm going to go down and grab the bar, and whenever you're setting your grip, you want your arms to be vertical. So if my grip is too wide, my hands are not going to be vertical. See how they're outward like that? And you also don't want to be in too close because then it's just going to be hard to balance the barbell. So we want to be somewhere right in there. So there's a straight line from my shoulder down to my wrist. So once we take the grip, from here, we're going to kind of, I'm going to squeeze my lats and take the tension out of the bar. So I'm going to pull up on the bar just a little bit, like that, and then from there, once the tension, or what some people call pulling the slack out of the bar, once we do that, then I'm going to think about driving my legs through the floor and standing up with the weight. So if you pretend like there's a crack in the floor in between your feet, whenever I go to push the weight off the floor, I'm pushing my feet into the ground and trying to spread them out like that. So I'm spreading the crack out. So right here, and then coming up and finishing with the glutes. And then on the way back down, we're keeping it as close in contact with the legs as we can the whole entire time. So it starts off kind of as an RDL, sliding it down my legs, and then bending my knees. And then from there again, I'm going to take a breath in, get tight, and push through the floor. Just like that. I like for people to take a double overhand grip until the weight gets so heavy that the limiting factor is our grip string. Then it's okay to take a mixed grip where one hand is under and one hand is over, just like that. I think that's it. That's the sumo deadlift.